let's get down to business now. This young lady, she's a sign language interpreter. She's the best friend with Heather Perry. She's our future RD. This woman's amazing. She's always willing to serve. Write that down. Always willing to what? Serve. See, leaders serve. She's from Cali. She lives in DC. She loves to travel. She committed. Not this part I love. I'm going to repeat this twice so some of y'all will really catch this. She's committed that people discover who they are and created to be. Wow. Let me say it again. I'm going to say it twice. She's committed to help that people discover who they are and who they're created to be. Are you making sure people understand what they're created to be? I'm trying to give you guys the same thing every day on this call. You're created for greatness, but some of you live way beneath what God's given you because that's you. That's not him. Without further ado, her topic for the month, and I'm excited, is finish the year off strong. Without further ado, can I give you a warm welcome to the one and only Miss Jen Olson.
Goodness, Mr. Thomas, I love you so much. Thank you for your commitment to people. Thank you for your commitment to making a difference. Thank you for bringing the fun. Thank you for bringing the commitment, the consistency. Yesterday, I was able to be on the call for a little bit, and you mentioned it again today about the mayor, just honoring you and your difference to entrepreneurship and to business and to really making a difference for other people. You don't have to continue, and you choose to. You see, what you're doing makes a bigger difference in other people. And I just acknowledge you for bringing other people along and showing them that this is possible for all of us. So just thank you for the man that you are. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your generosity, and for just having an environment where everyone gets to win, whether they're in your organization or not. Just thank you. Thank you for that so much. So I so appreciate it. Well, it is an honor to be with all of you today. And I was sitting over here in my mind here we go. I love when Mr. Thomas calls me. And thank you for the opportunity to be here, that it stretches me, that it has me just, that it really stretches me as a person. And so thank you for entrusting me with this group that you have been shepherding and mentoring for years. So it is a privilege to be here. So I thank you for that. So like he said, I am from Southern California. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I've met a lot of you in person. I've been with you before, and some of you I may not have met or had the opportunity to chat with, but it's good to see all these familiar faces. Maria Estrada, you look amazing. So I am a sign language interpreter, and so I've been a contractor my entire career. And I didn't think that I needed anything. My mind was just kind of I'm good, I make enough money for myself. I'm single and I don't have any kids. I'm okay. And then I read that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm oh, there's a whole new world. There's an actual other world out there where I could actually have the opportunity to make money when I'm sleeping. And Mrs. Heather Peary shared the business with me, and I'm forever grateful that she opened up her mouth and she Byron Nelson me, and she had me come to an international, and then I signed up. And so I'm forever grateful for her leadership, for her servant leadership, and for just sharing a big blessing that has made a difference in her life with me. So grateful for people being in communication and getting out of their way to make a difference with others. So that's a little bit about my story. I've been with the business for 5 years, and I'm a regional coordinator, and God has used this to humble me, to show me things, talk about that personal development. My goodness, it has been incredible. I was talking with a regional vice president platinum, and this was a conversation all in Spanish, so I was giving it my all. And she said, the things that you've learned, not one person can take away from you. All the difference that this company has made, the people that you're in, that you've gotten to do business with and to learn from and to be with and to grow with, not one person can take any of it away. So I'm just grateful for the journey. I didn't see what it would look like ahead of time, and it has been such a ride. So I'm grateful for that. Well, I'm going to share with you what I pray is a blessing for people, that this gives you access to. Yes, the title is Finish the Year Off Strong, but my prayer is that it has you complete the year strong and really start this next year even stronger. So clearing the way, which is exciting. So I don't know about some of you. I know this time of year, it's like, all right, what are our goals? What are we going to do next year? What's happening? How much weight am I going to lose? And you know what I'm talking, I really like talking to myself most of the time. And I enjoy like you being in this conversation, but it's like, how much weight am I going to lose? Like, how many more properties am I going to buy? Okay. It's a new year. There's like a new start, a new beginning, right? Maybe you get like a fresh coat of paint. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Okay. You get a fresh coat of paint in your house and you're like, oh, it's new. What can I do with it? Like you kind of see like this canvas, right? To like paint from. Maybe you get a new job or you have a new career shift, or maybe you're in a new relationship or you have a new friendship. It just feels like there's something new. Or you sign up to a new gym, or you get new gym clothes, or you get new shoes. You're like, oh yeah, like this is the fresh start. This is the fresh start. Maybe you move into a new neighborhood. You're like, new neighbors, I'm starting over. The old neighborhood, not that great, but this is it. I'm going to have a new start. You've got new vision for yourself. Maybe you go to a new church, or you've got a new kid, or you've got a new lover, or you've got a new spouse, or you've got new grandkids. I don't know. You're like, this is it. This is like a fresh start. This is going to be so great. This is wonderful. You've got a new calendar. You've got a new app. You've got a new program. You've got something. Like, what is it that you're like, this is something new. It's going to be great. Like you have that sense of like starting over. This is going to be so, so, so great. A new build, new construction, a new realtor, a new business partner, new customers. You've got, I don't know, a new RVP, new slides, new services, new compensation plan, new bonuses. Like there's something you're like, this is it. This is it. This is going to be, a start to something great. Like, I feel like everything's great. And then you go along and you're like in this new relationship and you're like, whatever happened in the past isn't going to happen again. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Oh, I've had this conversation with a person I was in a relationship with before. I thought it was going to be different. I thought it was going to be new. Okay, I have a new business partner. That's it. I'm not going to do what I did before. I'm going to support them. I'm going to be my word. I'm going to do whatever. And then you see yourself doing the same things that you did before, kind of getting the same results. Or you're in a new community. It's a new church, a new networking group, a new something. And you're like, fresh start, new people. Okay, this is going to be so, so great. So great. And then you go along and you kind of have like the same results or the same conversations. You're like, this is so familiar. Have any of you experienced that before? You're like, dang it, what the heck? I have a new roommate. I've got a new, whatever it might be, a new car. I just feel like, yes, when I get in that car, it makes me feel a certain way. I haven't had a new car since 2005. But let's just say you have a new car and you're like, yeah, I've got a wardrobe. I've got a new whatever, virtual assistant. I've got something that's new that has me feel like there's this fresh start. And you're going along and you're like, just like it was last year. It's just like it was the year before, just like it was the year before, just like it was the year before. And then you sit there and you think, am I dating the same person? Is that the same? They have a different name. They look different. Is that the same person? It's the people. It's the people. Or is it over here with you? Is it over here with me? You think you're in a new relationship, right? I'm just doing a new relationship. You think you're in a new relationship, but the same conversations happen. And you realize you're not only in a relationship with that person, you're in a relationship with the person you were in before, the person you were in before, the person before. You carried whatever wasn't like complete. You carried whatever you didn't get out of the way. You kind of carried that stuff through, right? A new friendship, just a new friendship. Oh, people, that friend didn't understand me. That person didn't understand me. A new mentor. Oh, no, they just weren't successful enough. They weren't successful. A new mentor. They don't get me. They don't get me. They don't get me. Maybe you're actually having a interaction with a past interaction that you never got out of the way. You're carrying it with you. We like start to pack our bags. We're like, okay, I'm gonna take this with me from this relationship. I'm gonna take this with me from this experience, from this outcome that I had or didn't have an ACN. I'm gonna take it with me and take it with me. And you're carrying all this stuff. And then it's so big, you have to like lift it up. And every interaction, that is between what you're interacting with and yourself. So it's not really a new start. It's not really a new beginning. It's not really that fresh start. You're just carrying all the stuff around and hoping that it's different. How can you create something different? You don't even have the tools to use it. You don't have the vision. All you see is what happened in the past. So I've experienced that. I continue to experience that. I was talking with my girls. I was talking with T. And I was like, T, I have this like cycle that happens. I kind of have this like cycle that happens. I'm like, no, where I'm like going along. And then it's like, oh, I do something and I'm like off. I do something, and then I'm like off. And I'm like, well, I could wait till January 1st. I could wait till next month. I could wait till the middle of next year. I can wait. A fresh start doesn't happen on a certain day. A fresh start can happen in an instant. So we get to finish, Mr. Thomas, we get to finish the year off strong. We get to finish the year off strong. How? Well, let's do a little exercise. It's going to be a little interactive. So my request is that you get 2 pieces of paper to write on. It could be 2 receipts. It could be 2 envelopes you have lying around. It could be 2 pieces of notebook paper, just something. If you are driving, please do not engage in this activity. If you're like physically not able to write, don't worry about it. But if you are able to, my request is that you do get something to write with and two pieces of paper that are separate from each other. So if you're building a house and there was like a little shed there, or there was, I don't know, something on the foundation, you'd want to clear the foundation, right? You don't want to just build on top of something. So finishing the year strong is getting whatever might be in the way out of the way. So on one piece of paper, I'm going to ask you to write some things down. So this is going to be a little interactive. So I want you to make a list of things that maybe you said in the beginning of the year, that's it, 2022. I am going to, what is it? Be regional vice president. I'm going to make $10,000 residually. I'm going to have 50 new business partners come into my organization. It could be anything. I'm going to be at a certain goal weight. I'm going to have this much BMI. I'm going to have this much debt paid off. I am going to have this much in savings. Whatever it is, I know this is a business call, and I have it that if we clear the way completely, we can really start fresh. So yes, ACN, relationships, what is it that you committed to in the beginning of the year and you said, I want to see this happen? That maybe didn't happen, that it's kind of like gnawing on you. And maybe it's that thing that you never told anybody because you didn't want to be accountable for, and you just said it to yourself. This is the year that, well, I'm not going to tell someone, I'm going to quit my job. I'm never going to go back to interpreting again. Oh, or maybe this is the year that, what is it? So write that down. Maybe it's a relationship that you committed to transforming. Maybe it's a way of being. You're like, that's it. I'm never going to blah, whatever it might be. A declaration, a desire, a goal. Maybe things that got accomplished, but not completely, not in the way that you had envisioned them to be accomplished. Maybe there's something that you just want to leave in the past. Maybe it's a lack of initiative. Maybe it's a lack of consistency. Maybe it's a lack of vision. Maybe it's, I don't know. What is it for you? Maybe it's a sense of, I don't know, a sense of, gosh, it's just, maybe it's a mindset you want to leave in the past. It's never going to happen for me. It's going to happen for other people. Comparison, judgment. What is it for you? I request that a couple of you put it in the chat. What are you leaving in 2022? What are you getting out of the way of your foundation? What are you clearing the way for? You kind of picture it like a canvas, and it's already painted. We're like, wait, we need a fresh canvas. We can't paint on top of it. We have some, oh, I'm not an artist. We have an abstract painting, and we want to make it a modern one. Maybe those two don't go. Like, you got to clear, get a new canvas, a new start. Leaving fear in the past, leaving RC in 2022. What is it for you that you're leaving in the past? Anything else? Okay. Is there anything that you're like, I don't want to write that down on a piece of paper? It's like committing too much. I'll just say it to myself. I don't want to write it down. Leaving small vision, limiting beliefs and procrastination, leaving negative people. It may be people that you shift where you spend your time with. Yeah. Amazing. So as you're writing down a list of things you're leaving in the past, things that we're kind of removing out of the way. Not that it didn't happen. We're looking at it, and I'm like, I have my vision board over here. I'm like, yeah, some of the things were accomplished and some of the things have not yet been accomplished. Okay, cool. Leaving a lack of consistency. That's awesome. So as you look at the list, and if you're driving or doing something else, as you think of that list and envision it, what's there for you? Does a sense of inadequacy come over you? Does the thought you'll never make it come over you? A sense of failure, it's not going to happen, I don't deserve it? What comes up for you? Is there something in there that's limiting you? And when you see the list, is there something in there that's disempowering you? Are you making yourself wrong? Are you saying that you're not good enough? That's not helpful. That starts this tape playing that just doesn't move us into action, right? For me, at least personally, when I look at, like, a couple of weeks, I haven't been consistent, I haven't done what I said I was going to do. I was like, man, I could sit there and make myself wrong and say, you're never going to make it. You're never going to do what you said you're going to do. I could just sit there and like stew in morality and in like, this is bad, this is wrong, I'm not enough. What comes up for you right then when you look at this? Oh, releasing past beliefs I feel others have of me. Yeah, that's incredible. So when we look at this list, I invite you to look at it as a scoreboard, as an inventory. When someone takes inventory, it's not bad or wrong that they only have 10 of this and not 5 of this. It's just getting the what so. Or if you look at your budget and you're seeing how much money you've got going out, how much money you've got coming in, there's nothing bad or wrong. There's just things that work or there's things that don't work. It's just a scoreboard, right? So what we make it mean will add those feelings or those thoughts of like disempowerment, at least for me. And some of you are looking at it like, oh my gosh, I had 10 things on the list, I accomplished 8. That's incredible. Some of you are looking at like, I had 10 things on the list, I accomplished 0. That's horrible. Well, I invite you to take a look at it and say, hey, I had X amount of things on the list. I had things that I wanted to accomplish. I had things that were saying were complete for the year. And that's just where I'm at right now. Allow it to give you access to really choosing powerfully what to like, okay, this is what I'm going to put over here and say, all right, this was 2022. This is what I said I was going to accomplish. This is what I said I wasn't going to do. This is what happened. Now I get to say, all right, I'm going to say that's complete. Maybe it's a conversation that you have with someone. You're like, listen, I don't want to write this down. I didn't want to say it in the chat, but can I just tell you all of the things I've thought about myself because of X, Y, and Z, and get it out. Just get it out and then move it to the side. We've got to get like something to just come and clean that foundation so we have a fresh start to build for what we're creating for 2023. I know sometimes I feel like disempowered. And when I feel disempowered or experience being disempowered, I have to say, what am I making something mean? And if I look at what I'm making it mean, I can say, okay, it is what it is. I have this amount of points. I have this amount of business rights. I have this amount of whatever. It is what it is. Now, what's the gap? What do I see to put in? Where can I request coaching? We have amazing coaches on this call. Mr. Al Thomas, Mrs. Jocelyn Driscoll, so many people on this call are incredible. Like, what do you see? Like, this is what I've been doing. What do you see to put in? Allow it to be a learning opportunity, a growing opportunity, a discovery. Instead of, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. And when I experience being overwhelmed, there's a lack of freedom. I start to kind of go in this like, this place where I'm out of integrity, I'm out of action. I'm just like, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. Well, hey, maybe that sense of overwhelm means I don't have the structures in place. I don't have things in my calendar. I don't have a goal. If we don't have something we're living into, what are we playing? I'm gonna reach out to a couple of people. Is that 2? Is that 3? Is that 5? By when is that gonna happen? Maybe it's just something that needs to be put in like that, and the overwhelm disappears because now you have a clear path to move forward. So you wrote it down on a piece of paper, right? Can you show me your paper? Did you write it down? Yes. All right, we got a couple of you who wrote things down on a Post-it, on a journal. So my request, nice, Jason Diggory. Okay, so my request is that you get the piece of paper and you tear the piece of paper up. No mas. It is not gonna be in 2023. We are done with those ways of being. Whatever you said was gonna happen, hey, it either happened or it didn't happen. Tear it up. Yes, Joe Marsharp. Yes, yes. He's making confetti with his. Get it out. Yes, Maria Estrada. Yes, Miss Jones. I love it. So now that we don't have anything in the way, now that that is out of the way, now what's possible? Anything is possible. We have a foundation that is clear. We have a canvas that is blank. We have a fresh start. So we just created a fresh start, and maybe we're going along, and on, I don't even know what today is, Friday? Maybe on Monday, you're like, oh my gosh, those thoughts come back, start to make yourself wrong. You're like, gosh, I just have to wait till January 1st. No, we can have a fresh start any minute of any day. We can look and see what's in the way. We can distinguish what's there, and we can say, okay, I declare that way of being done. Those actions, like, let me take an inventory, see what's there, not make myself wrong, and just whoop, let's start over. So in a relationship, oh my goodness, maybe I don't trust people. I do trust people, but let's just say that too. I don't trust people. Someone lied to me. Then you're in a relationship with someone and you're like, they lied to me, they lied to me, they lied to me. Okay, let's get complete with that past relationship so we can get what's in the way out of the way and be newly with that person. Maybe it's a business partner. Oh my gosh, every new business partner that I get in, they get 50 points and then they disappear. They're going to 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 disappear. And in your mind, you're like, they're going to disappear. They're going to disappear. They're going to ghost us. That's how you're interacting with them. What if you're like, that was the past, that was a previous person, this is a fresh start. We get to start fresh with relationships, with business opportunities, with our ACN business. We get to have a fresh start every day if we wanted to. So now with the other piece of paper, we'll see that as your fresh canvas, your fresh start. So my request is that you write down, what are you creating? If you could create anything, and you can, for the year, what would it be? Is it a new way of being? Have you been being scared and fearful and you just ripped it up in that ways of being complete? Are you creating being unstoppable? Are you creating being empowered? Are you creating being a person of vision? What are you creating? What context? Really not an artist, but let's just say in art. We need some sort of we need something. Like, what are you putting down as that context, that world, that like lens? Like, it could be anything. We just got everything out of the way. So write down, what are you creating? Now that there's nothing there, what are you putting down? Are you going to put down? Maybe it's for the 10th time. You're setting a new date for when you're going to hit a certain point promotion, for when you're going to hit a certain promotion. Everything that happened in the past is out of the way. Whatever may be showing up as you're about to put pen on paper is like, no, but I did that before. No, it's out of the way. It's complete. We get to declare newly today what we're standing inside of for December 31st, 2023, and take the actions according to what we're declaring. It's a fresh start. You gave yourself the gift of a fresh start, creating financial freedom. What else are you creating? Would you put it in the chat? What are you creating for 2023? What are you creating for the rest of the year, of this year? What is it for you? Catherine Williams, success with a positive attitude. What a beautiful context to be in. Giving more to others. How many friends I can give financial freedom to? A generous, happy, successful, prosperous, serene life. Wow. What a beautiful context. And inside of that, a generous, prosperous, serene life, that's the new context. That's the world we're living in. We get to take actions according to that declaration. I'm going to have 10 points a week. I'm going to peak. We get to be specific also, right, in our goals, but we get to create newly every single day. We don't have to wait for January 1st. We don't have to wait for a certain day of the week. I'm going to start Monday. What if you could start at 1 p.m. today? What if you could start right now? Experiences and success and freedom. Amazing. Awesome. So, changing the world one person at a time. It's powerful. That is really powerful. I'm creating, Jen Olson, I'm creating for 2023, being able to never have to interpret again. Never ever have to. Done. I'm living on my residual income and bonuses. That's it. Whew. 2023, financial freedom for myself and for my parents. What are you creating? So I ask that you share this within the next, by Sunday evening with 5 people. Have a conversation. Share what you're creating for 2023. You know how that would inspire someone? That would spark vision in them? Not in order for anything to happen, but for this to be alive, for people to like listen to you. Someone had said, completing or not allowing the way that others think of me. Oh, I forgot how you said it. I think it was Bob. I don't remember who said it. It was something about other people's perspective of me, like, right? Like not letting that impact. Well, if they don't have a new thing to listen to, like you're giving them a new thing to listen to. Wow. This person is creating financial freedom. Bob Meyer is changing the world one person at a time, creating a generous, happy, successful, prosperous, serene life. You share that with 5 people, they just might wonder, how are you doing that? What do you have? There's a vision that you're creating for yourself, for them, that they can walk into. You just never know what might happen out of that conversation. You never know. You get to give the gift to other people. So, who is taking on sharing this with 5 other people by Sunday evening? Oh, okay. Awesome. I'm curious what comes out of it. What you discover about yourself, making these declarations, inviting people into another vision, inviting people into something. Like, people are thinking it's a new year, a new start. We can invite them into an amazing community, a place where lives are transformed. It's not only a business. It's not only limited to that. It's an incredible community of people where we get to run our races together. I love you all. It was great to be with you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you so much for this opportunity.